Hello, I'm Richard Durr, Leisure Services Director for Seminole County. Thank you for joining us for the Seminole County Trails Master Plan 2020 Update Project. This video is Chapter 2 of 4 short presentations regarding the Trails Master Plan Project. This presentation will describe the components that define our physical trail system and the terminology used to describe it. That way, we're all on the same page when discussing trails. This is a map of our existing trail system as it is today, and there's a lot here to discuss. So to simplify this presentation, let's look at the system in its simplest terms. For the sake of this project, the components of our trail system can be categorized into 3 groups of physical facilities. Travelways, or the way you get from point A to point B. Trailheads, or the places that you go to maybe access the trail or stop along the way. And safety features and amenities, or the things that you find in common in both the travelway and the trailheads. Let's look at the first group, travelways. For the sake of this project, there are 4 different types of travelways, and this is the terminology that you'll find on the interactive map where you can leave your comments. We'll look at each of them and what makes them different now. The first type, Greenway trails, describes probably our most well-known trails. These are wide corridors which run from one end of the county to the other, such as the Seminole Trail pictured here. These are like the highways of our trail system, linking our county to our neighboring counties. Typically, they're located within their own right-of-ways with open space on either side of the trail. These trails are where you typically find our pedestrian bridges and tunnels in order to cross major roadways, and along with a mile marker system, and there'll be more on that later. These trails, especially in the rural eastern part of the county, may be unpaved, allowing for hiking, mountain bikes, and equestrian uses like the Flagler Trail pictured here. The second type of travelway we'll call pathways. These are narrower than a Greenway trail, between 8 to 10 feet in width, which still allow for multiple uses. They may link in between cities or through cities and major activity centers. Their widths are sometimes constrained because they mainly exist within the road right-of-way, so they're beside vehicle travel lanes. Most of the street crossings are at roadway intersections as well. The third type we'll call connectors. These may be wide sidewalks, and they travel shorter distances and connect neighborhoods or trails to destinations like schools. These two are typically found within a road right-of-way and are probably the shortest of all of our trail types. The last type are wilderness trails, and these are pretty self-explanatory. These are found in the rural area or within natural lands properties, providing connections to other natural areas. These may also include boardwalks for pedestrians and bridges, mountain bike elements, and equestrian uses. So those are the travelways in our diagram of our trail system. Now we'll look at the next category of trail system, trailheads. These are the places that provide points of access to the trail. They could be large parks, small parks, county parks, or even city parks. Trailheads typically provide a number of facilities to support the use of the trails. The typical improvements which may be at the trailhead or park may be vehicular parking, drinking fountains, places to sit or have a picnic, restrooms, or other amenities. Signs, wayfinding, and other trail amenities such as exercise stations may also be present. They can include bike repair stations and pet waste stations. And they may include trail gateways, information kiosks, or specific wayfinding signs may also be present at the trailheads. Basically, they serve as destinations or points of access and provide service to trail users. So those are the trailheads in our trail system diagram. The final category of trail system components we'll call safety features and amenities. These are features that can be found in common along both the trailway as well as the trailheads. These include system-wide wayfinding signs and information, special trail crossings such as crosswalks or tunnels, as well as a system of safety markers. Included here are specially marked safety crosswalks and pedestrian signals, as well as special trail crossing signals at intersections. This category also includes the system of safety markers which have been deployed across the county. These markers include unique coordinates to each marker and special contact information for getting a hold of first responders. These are included on the Cross Seminole Trail, the Seminole Trail, and even on the rural Flagler Trail. So, those are the three main categories of physical components that make up our countywide trail system. Hopefully, now it might be a little bit easier to read these detailed maps as well as continue forward with the project. Please join us for Chapter 3 of our presentation. This includes a brief virtual tour of our existing trail system using some of the terminology that we discussed here. And thank you for participating in this project.